Be honest. Have you ever felt like you're never enough? Like there's an invisible checklist you're constantly trying to meet. Be the perfect mother. Be the perfect partner. Keep up with work. Take care of yourself. Stay calm, wise, grateful. And when you're tired, it feels like something is wrong with you. Pause. But what if the problem isn't you? We're taught from a young age what a good woman is supposed to be. Caring, patient, self-sacrificing. When you become a mother, you're expected to disappear into motherhood. When you have a partner, you're expected to be support, warmth, stability. When you work, you're still expected to manage everything at home. And the most painful part? You're praised the most when you forget about yourself. Have you noticed how easy it is to speak kindly to other women? You're doing your best. You're amazing. You're allowed to be tired. But when it comes to ourselves, the inner voice becomes harsh. I'm not a good enough mother. I'm a bad partner. I should be trying harder. Pause. Why did we start measuring love by exhaustion? The truth is, children don't need a perfect mother. They don't need someone who never gets angry, never gets tired, never makes mistakes. They need a real mother. One who can say, "This is hard for me right now. I need rest." I'm human too. Because a burned out, self-sacrificing mother isn't about love. It's about survival. The same is true in relationships. A partner doesn't need a woman who always puts herself last. Love is not enduring pain. Love is not silence. Love is not being convenient. Real partnership begins where there are boundaries, where there is honesty, where there is you, real, not a role you're trying to play. Now pause and ask yourself, if your friend were living the way you are, constantly tired, always feeling guilty, with no time for herself, what would you say to her? That she's not doing enough, or that she deserves more? Why are you harsher with yourself than with everyone else? You don't have to be perfect. You are already enough. As a mother, as a partner, as a woman, you're allowed to be imperfect and still be loved. If this resonated with you, pause. Take a breath. Most of the time, we don't even realize we're living in this constant tension. It becomes background noise. It becomes normal. You wake up already tired. You go to bed feeling like you still didn't do enough. And no one tells you that it's not supposed to be this way. We get used to telling ourselves, it's just a phase. It will get easier later. I just need to hold on a little longer. But the years pass, and you keep postponing yourself for later. Postponing yourself for later, for a time that somehow never comes. And at some point, you catch yourself realizing you don't even remember what you want. Not as a mother, not as a partner, but as a woman, as a human being. And that's scary, because once you ask that question, you might actually hear the answer. But here's what matters. You don't have to figure everything out. You don't need to change your whole life. You don't need to be brave every single day. You don't need to be brave every single day. Sometimes it's enough to stop betraying yourself in small ways, to say no when everything inside tightens, to ask for help without explaining yourself, to give yourself time without feeling guilty. That's not weakness. That's coming back to yourself. And maybe when you stop being convenient, someone will be unhappy, but someone else. I will be unhappy, but someone else will finally see the real you. And most importantly, you will see yourself, because the love you keep looking for outside begins inside, not with perfection, but with honesty, and with the simple permission to be real. Sometimes life pulls you so deep that you stop hearing yourself. You wake up tired. You go to bed feeling like you didn't do enough. And somewhere along the way, you forget who you are. Not as a mother, not as a partner, but as yourself. The first step toward finding yourself again is to notice. Don't feel pressure to fix everything at once. Simply recognize, I'm tired, I'm losing myself. That acknowledgement alone is a small victory. Be honest with yourself. This cannot go on, not for anyone else, but for you. The second step is setting small boundaries. We often say yes to everything to be convenient, to keep the peace. Try saying no at least once today without explaining yourself. That tight feeling inside, that's not guilt. It's a sign that you are protecting yourself, and that is healthy. The third step is asking for help. So many believe they must do everything alone, but asking is not weakness, it is self-care. Sometimes all it takes is one person to listen, to support, or to share a small part of your load, and that is enough. The fourth step is carving out little moments for yourself. Don't wait for a free day or a vacation. Find 10 minutes in the morning, at night, or at lunch, and dedicate them solely to you. A quiet walk, a hot shower, coffee without rush, a few pages of a book, or just silence. These small islands restore your energy and remind you, you matter. The fifth step is gentleness and forgiveness toward yourself. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be strong all the time. Allow yourself to stumble, to rest, to feel. Allow yourself to be fully human with doubts, emotions, and desires. And the most important thing to remember, coming back to yourself is a step-by-step journey. You don't need to solve everything right now. Small, deliberate actions are enough to tell your inner self, I am important. I deserve this. With each step, each boundary, each moment you gift yourself, you begin to see your true self. You begin to feel, I am. And finally, I want to tell you the most important thing. Don't forget about yourself. Don't let the world, your responsibilities, or other people's expectations erase your worth. You don't have to be perfect to be loved and respected. Simply being yourself is enough. May each of your days be filled with small moments of joy. A quiet cup of coffee, a few minutes of stillness, a smile to yourself in the mirror. Allow yourself to rest, to ask for help, to set boundaries, and to be gentle with yourself. Remember, you are unique, strong, and important. Love yourself the way you love those who matter to you. Listen to your heart, care for yourself, and know that every step you take toward yourself is a victory. I wish you light within, peace in your soul, and confidence in every day. May your small steps toward yourself grow into a path of true happiness, and may you always remember, you are worthy of love, above all, your own.